I have a song with Eminem.
What?
Yeah.
Hit the boogie woogie, hit the drive. Do a little twist and dance all night.
And I was just up at like 2 in the morning and I just saw like the notification and I was like, there's no way this is really him.
It's collaborated with Dave East, The Game, CeeLo Green. Please welcome Willie Boy.
I started recording in Staten Island at Wu Tang studio when I was like 18. And I think that's when I really like started to say like, all right, this is what I want to do with my life. A little like earlier on, like 2017, I got to open up for Mobb and it was literally like weeks before Prodigy died. So that was like a crazy opportunity. Joe Budden, like the year before he like retired from rap, it was like his last tour that he was on. I got to open up for him. People don't know how nice he is, bro.
I think one thing that really made us click was I lost my dad. Yeah. So like when you had mentioned that on the show, it really hit me.
I think if it wasn't for music, like I don't know what I would have done after my dad died. He was my best friend. The only thing that kept me going was just going home and making music every night. And he was my biggest supporter.
Do a little twist and dance all night.
This is the One Sheet presented by DistroKid. I'm Kyle Fortch. My guest sitting with me today, he's an independent artist, all genres, hip hop, country. He writes it all. He's collaborated with Dave East, The Game, CeeLo Green. Please welcome Willie Boy. Welcome to the show, man.
What's going on, man?
Appreciate you being here.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me.
Fashionably late on the rapper time.
I apologize for that.
I'm gonna call you out. No, I'm just messing.
You can call me out, man. I'm a little bit hungover. I got a flat tire. It's on 2 right now, so I just whipped it over on a flat tire. No problem. But we're here, man. That's all.
Forgot about the flat tires. You should have said that. That's a pretty legit excuse.
Yeah, right.
Man, what's been going on with you? Welcome. I mean, we're in Nashville again. You're from New York.
Yep.
How's it feel to be back in Nashville?
I love it, man. This feels like home, honestly. Like this is like New York, New Jersey doesn't really feel like home a lot of the time. When I come here, I feel like grounded and like more creative, honestly.
Really?
Like, yeah.
What's like the differences in the music industry between New York and Nashville that you find?
Dude, it's so much different. Like, I feel like New York's very like cutthroat. Like everybody's just kind of out for themselves. Like nobody wants to work together.
Right.
But like Nashville's very like collaborative. Like everybody writes together. Everybody welcomes you. You know, it's not like they push you away kind of thing. Yeah.
So New York's kind of similar to LA then?
Yeah, very similar. Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yep.
What inspired you to first get writing and get going to music? And hip hop was kind of your base, your foundation, right?
Yeah. I made my first ever song when I was 14. It was the day after my grandfather's funeral. I just like was sad, wrote something, laid it down. It was on a Linkin Park beat, but it was My December, Linkin Park. That was the first thing I ever rapped over.
Nice.
And it just kind of became like therapy. Like after I figured out that I could record myself, like I was making like 4 or 5 songs a night, like after school. Like I would just get home and do that.
That's sick. What DAW were you using originally? Logic or?
Just GarageBand.
GarageBand.
Yeah, GarageBand.
Classic, dude.
With like a Rock Band microphone, like from the video game Rock Band.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. Just plug it in and that's it, man.
That's unreal.
I was 14, bro. It's terrible, but it's, it's how I got started.
Man, that's a cool story though.
Yeah.
Did it have decent quality? Like
no.
After you mixed it and everything, or no?
No, I didn't know how to mix or anything back then, but I just like, it was so cool to me that I could just make an album,
Yeah.
And like I was printing up the album cover, burning the CDs, like giving them out at school. And I was making like a mixtape every month. Like,
how was that going, giving them out at school? Were you giving them out or selling them?
Giving them out. I just wanted people to hear it. Cool. Back then that was like Dat Piff era. You remember Dat Piff?
Yeah.
Like I would put all my mixtapes.
Sites.
Yeah. Like I put it all on there. And people at school were like impressed that I was even like on Dat Piff. Like they didn't know you could just upload like.
For real?
Yeah.
Man, I got chirped my first song came out.
Really?
Yeah, I was getting chirped so hard.
Can I curse on this?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, no, I used to get a lot of shit, bro. Like it for every like compliment there was, 10 people talking shit about my music, but
for real?
Rightfully so though, man. Like I was terrible back then, but I was just having fun,
Yeah, I wrote my first song when I was 9, and like I still have the booklet of all those old songs. I almost said old records. They're not even records. They're just lyrics.
Yeah.
I look back and I'm like, wow, I was terrible.
Right.
And like depending on who you ask, it might still be terrible. But
nah, man, you got it. But I feel like every artist looks back on their like old shit and thinks it's terrible, even if it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you just grow like every song you make, every project.
When did you start taking it serious?
I think right after high school, like I started going to Full Sail University, so I kind of
sick. I didn't know you went to Full Sail.
Yeah, I dropped out, but I was there for like 6 months, and I was there for audio engineering. So I kind of, but that's when I realized like I really wanted to go full steam with it, you know. And then I came back home. I started recording in Staten Island at Wu Tang studio when I was like 18, and I think that's when I really like started to say like, all right, this is, you know, what I want to do with my life.
Why'd you drop out of Full Sail?
That's a tough one, man. I mean, I don't mind talking about it, but my dad had cancer at the time, so that was tough. And he like didn't want to tell me about it because he like beat it before I left for college.
Okay.
And then it came back, and he wouldn't tell me. Like I was finding out through other people because he didn't want me to. He knew I would come home, you know.
Yeah.
So like that's kind of what it was. And I just like, it wasn't for me. I felt like I always hated school, honestly. I'm not recommending that, like stay in school, but you know, like, yeah.
That's fair. I kind of wish I remember Full Sail, like finding out about Full Sail when I was younger too. Like in high school, might have just been after high school actually, but I was taking like sports management or sports business in university, and I wish I did something music related.
Yeah.
Like I don't regret not doing it because I did make contacts and I learned a lot of things I could still apply to music and my career in this space.
Yeah.
But it would have been cool to go to a place like Full Sail and learn like music business or audio engineering or something like that.
I think that's the place to go, honestly. But these days, like I feel like the knowledge is so accessible that you could kind of become like a great engineer just through like trial and error, looking shit up on YouTube. Like honestly, like not going to school, but you know,
for sure.
Yeah.
Like everything is tutorial. Like I learned most of my graphic design and everything, editing, all YouTube tutorials.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's all right there rather than going, you know, 80 grand in debt. Like, you know, but honestly.
Full Sail's legit though. You look at the guys that have come out of there, like DJ Swivel, who's judging on the show that we actually met on, which we can get into, but I mean, he's 4 times diamond with the chain smokers.
Yeah, bro. No, it's sick, bro. And like the video game, like they have a department for that too. And like the kids that go to school there, they work on like Madden, like all this shit. Like it's cool, bro. And they have like WWE there too.
Really?
NXT, like they film all the NXTs there. So like if you go to school for production there, like you get to work on those shows.
What?
Like, yeah, it's crazy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is that in Florida?
Yeah. It's in like
crazy.
Orlando. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Sick. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I almost wanted to like switch majors just so I could work on that. You know,
for real.
It would've been cool. Yeah.
Yeah, big WWE guy. Me too. I grew up a
absolutely.
massive WWE guy.
Yeah, man.
That taught me, I think, a lot of marketing in a way.
100%. Yeah,
especially once I got into sports and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like I mean, even in our lane, in music, it's like you can take that exaggeration and that type of promotion and stuff and really use it to your advantage.
Yeah, rap is WWE, bro. I think
for sure.
Everybody's got a gimmick, like, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Cutting promos on Instagram, you know what I mean? It's all wrestling, I think. But
yeah,
you know.
all these beefs.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
That's unreal. So when you went to the Wu Tang studio, how'd you get hooked up there? Was that just an open studio that you could go to, or did you know like one of their engineers or one of their producers? Or
it's funny, man. My uncle in Staten Island was playing cards with a guy named Remedy, and Remedy's like he's a Wu Tang like affiliate. Like he's been working with them since the 90s, and he showed him some of my music during like a card game, and he was like, "Bring him up to the studio. Let's see what he's got." And it quickly just like Inspector Deck was there all the time. Like he would be like in the next room playing PlayStation, like just chilling, like while I'm recording. And he started like coming into the room and kind of like giving me pointers, shit like that. And it was a cool experience, man. That lasted for about 2 years, and then I was out of there. But yeah,
you've worked with some pretty dope artists.
Yeah,
like, even in terms of music that you released and music that you haven't released. Like you've been in the studio with a lot of big names. Obviously, I mentioned off the intro, CeeLo Green, which your most recent single, or I think you had dropped another one since then. You drop music all the time. It's hard to keep up with sometimes. But CeeLo Green was your latest feature. Yep. The Game before that. Dave East, I think you've collabed with twice.
Yep. Yeah.
That's dope. Who else have you been in a studio session with, or like a writing session with, where you might not have cut a record with them, but you worked with them in a sense?
I think the most recent one would be like Antonio Brown, and most people know him as a football player, but he is a rapper now.
Yeah.
And going to Miami, being around him was pretty cool. And he actually had like a whole show down there called AB Fest that he put me on and let me perform. And
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's cool.
And yeah, got to be in the studio with him, watch how he moves. Like he just freestyles, kills it. Like, but it was cool. Yeah.
He's legit?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Going from football to hip hop.
He kills it, bro. He's got some big features coming out too. I can't really talk about it, but he's making moves, bro. Like he's actually taking it serious. Like I think the transition's gonna be good, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
That's good to see. He's such a talent in the NFL. I mean, it's
yeah. He's a cool fucking guy too, bro. Like he gets such a bad reputation like in the media, but he was nothing but like all love to me, bro. Like showing love to my music, like bringing me in, like making sure like if we go out that he buys food for everybody, like taking care of everybody. Like
cool.
Yeah, he's a cool guy, man.
How big was the festival?
It's probably like 300-400 people, something like
Okay.
that. So it was pretty good. It was a wild night, man. Like he didn't pull up until like 1:30 in the morning. So like
When did the festival start?
like 6 p.m. or something. Like I was supposed to go on at like 7, I think. And he just kept like FaceTiming us like, don't let Willie go on yet. Like I want to be on stage with him when he performs, which was really cool. He didn't have to do that, you know?
That's cool.
So I'm like on stage performing and it's like him and Le'Veon Bell on like either side of me. Like
It's like 3 a.m. You're like,
literally.
"Holy
Yeah.
fuck."
Yeah. I'm nocturnal anyway, man. Like I'm yeah.
I'm the same way. I write my creative juices get going at nighttime
Yeah.
for sure.
Yep.
Like my first time in Nash, we would go out to Broadway or whatever, and we'd come back 3 a.m. start up studio session, start up a writing session.
Yeah.
It's kind of the way things go.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Especially with Antonio Brown, we'd be in the studio with him till like 9 or 10 a.m. the next day, bro. Like
That's hip hop shit.
yeah, exactly. I feel like Nashville's not so much like that crazy, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, definitely not in the big studios probably. I mean, I'm sure there's some guys that put in the work like that.
yeah,
But
yeah.
I mean, a lot of the songwriters are like, they write their song and they go golfing.
Right, yeah.
So
Which
they're
is
like,
nice.
we're out. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's sick. I mean, if you can make a living doing that, unreal.
Hell yeah.
I
bro.
would love to just sit around, write songs, and go golfing all day.
I prefer that.
For sure.
Yeah.
There was when we met on the show, so we don't have to talk about the show too much, but I remember one of the biggest things they had for like your audition was followed by Kanye West.
Yeah, yeah.
Talk about how the follow from Kanye came.
That was completely random, bro. Like I've been a Kanye fan my whole life. Like I remember like when I was like 12, I got in trouble by my dad because I bought every album off iTunes because back then you had to buy the album.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's who I really like studied when I first started making music, like listening to his albums front to back. So literally like I was just putting out 30-second freestyles like 2-3 times a week. I was always like commenting on his posts. That's when he was kind of wilding. I mean, he's always wilding, but you know. So I was like showing support on a lot of his posts, and I was just up at like 2 a.m, and I just saw like the notification, and I was like, "There's no way this is really him." Like, and it was, and like he followed me for a good like year and a half. And then he unfollowed everybody, and he was following 0 people. And he actually put up a post. He was like, "Don't take it personal if I unfollowed you. I'm unfollowing everybody." But it was a cool it's a weird thing how like that was like the talking point for so many people, you know? Like,
Yeah, I mean that's a big deal. You
Yeah.
look at an up and coming hip hop artist. He looks like he's co-signed by Kanye West.
right. Yeah, it looks good, man.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Did you ever get a chance to meet him or work with him?
Nah, I wish, man.
Yeah.
Definitely like come close through like mutual people, but never actually got to meet him. I mean, that's definitely on like my bucket list of
Yeah.
music things.
Who else have you worked with?
In person, nobody like too crazy, you know, not like that big, but yeah. I don't know.
Just AB.
Yeah, AB, Inspector
cool.
Deck, like cross paths was like Ghostface, you know, at
Cool.
the Wu Tang studio, shit like that. I mean, met like Lil Mabu, you know, we've been
Yeah.
working with him, Fivio Foreign, like, yeah.
That's sweet. What do you do with those guys?
That's just like they recorded the same studio I record at. It's
Okay.
called Lux Studios. It's in Hazlet, New Jersey. And my boy Quattro, he's an engineer there. So they all
Okay.
come to him and yeah.
Did you ever write with them, or you just kind of cross paths with them?
Nah, just kind of cross paths. Like
Yeah.
right place at the right time, you know.
Yeah. I remember trying to get Mabu on this show Can we talk about that?
Just don't say numbers.
Damn, that's what I was gonna throw out.
Yeah,
That was a crazy feat on this show.
Mabu don't play around, man. Like, he's not walking in a room for. It's a lot. I'm not gonna say what it is. He's killing it. We'll put it that way. Yeah.
More rapper shit.
Yeah, exactly, man. Props to him though, bro. For
sure. I mean, his social media is crazy. Like, he's a genius in terms of how he's marketing everything.
Yeah.
And I even see like people that necessarily don't necessarily like his music, but they're like, he's figured it out marketing wise.
Genius, yeah, especially for a kid that young too.
How
bro.
old is
he? I think he's like 19, maybe 18. I don't know. He's in college right now. Like,
he's in school.
Yeah, like, he's going to college and doing music at the same time.
Really
crazy.
Where's he going to college?
I think it's somewhere in like Georgia. I don't know.
Do you know? That's random.
Really random. Yeah.
Do you know what he's taking?
I have no idea.
Is it like music or business?
I don't know. I just remember he said like his dad always wanted him to go to college, and like a lot of people don't have the opportunity to. So he felt like it was something that he was gonna do, and he's like, I could do both. Like, fuck it, you know.
That's fair.
Which I respect. I think that's cool. I think it's a good message for like kids that look up to him too, because he has a big platform. Like, his fan base is mainly like younger kids.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's up there saying like stay in school, and it's cool.
Yeah, especially when you got that kind of money too.
Right. Like, he didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. How often are you writing and recording? Because you're putting out, like we said, you're putting out so much music. So like, are you writing every day? You try to write multiple times a day, record every day, or is it kind of you write off inspiration?
I work on music every day. For the past couple of years, I've mainly freestyled, like just make stuff up in the booth. And I go through spurts of like, I'll be in the studio 5 days in a row, and when I go in the studio, I'll make 5 or 6 songs in a night, just try to like build up. So right now I have like 100 songs ready to release. So I'm trying to figure out if I should do an album or if I should just do singles. But yeah, no, I'm working on music every day.
I feel like singles are the way to go nowadays.
It is, because it's really hard to get somebody to listen to a full body. It's hard to get somebody to listen to one song.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Social media and singles, like you can hit that algorithm in Spotify if you're just consistently putting out singles.
Yeah.
And I mean, that helps a lot. Especially, I mean, you crush the social media game too. Like, you've built a pretty good following. Your engagement's pretty dope for an independent artist too.
Yeah.
It's like coming up. What's back to like the Nashville versus New York thing. Do you find Nashville has a growing hip hop scene? Because I know New York obviously has a big one. LA obviously has a big hip hop scene, but Nashville, I feel like, people have this misconception that it's only country music when it's not anymore. Like, maybe back in the day a little bit, but nowadays it's all the bars are country themed, but like there's no Snoop Dogg's like barbecue joint or something like that. But I feel like the hip hop's kind of a little bit more underground, but also on the rise here. What's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I think it's slowly becoming more accepted, and I think guys like Jelly Roll and Hardy, people like that, are kind of bridging the gap. And even like a Post Malone too, because he's kind of started out hip hop, now he's coming over to country. But I think people look at Nashville as just like Broadway and nothing else, but there's so much outside of it. Like, we've been linking up with local rappers and stuff like that. I mean, there's rappers everywhere,
Yeah.
I think it's an untapped market though that I really want to get into and start doing showcases and things like that. But
you want to build the showcases, or do you want to participate in the showcases?
Both, I guess. Yeah.
Cool.
But there's definitely a scene for it. I mean, you got like Young Buck is out here, Yellow Wolf, he's doing his thing. Like, like people could rap out here.
Yeah, Yellow Wolf's like a country boy too.
Yeah.
And he's originally from Alabama, isn't he?
Right.
It's like super country.
Yeah, definitely, man. But signed to Eminem and everything. Like,
yeah, he killed it.
Yep.
He did really well in hip hop.
Yeah.
And brought a lot to Nashville, I feel like. Buck was another one.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like the king of the rap shit here, I feel like. You know? He's like the biggest one, like, from Nashville.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, definitely from Nashville. Yeah. Who are some other like up and coming Nashville hip hop artists? It's like 2 Live Bree, I think we talked about.
Right.
Our boy Khan was talking about him. He's kind of on the up and up.
Yeah.
coming from Nashville too.
Right.
Let's go back to when you were getting more serious about music. You mentioned your dad. That was one thing, again, back to the show that we kind of worked on. That was one thing that, and you can go into it if you want to. If you don't, that's totally fine. But one thing that I related to you about at that time, I think one thing that really made us click was I lost my dad.
Right.
I think about 7 years ago now, 2019. What are we, 2015? So 6 years ago now. So like when you had mentioned that on the show, it really hit me. Is that something that kind of keeps you going in music and really you use as an inspiration in your lyrics and in your music? Yeah,
absolutely. I think if it wasn't for music, like I don't know what I would have done after my dad died, you know? Like he was my best friend.
Yeah.
And the only thing that kept me going was just going home and making music every night, you know? And just pushing that. And he was my biggest supporter too. Like the first time like I ever showed him one of my songs, he teared up. And like anybody who knows him, like that man did not cry. Like he was a G, you know? So for him to tear up was like, and he just always told me like, have no fear and just go after your dreams, never stop. Like, you know, so I never stopped. And I hope I make him proud, you know? But,
for sure.
Yeah.
Was he born and raised in New York too?
Yeah.
Is he Italian?
No, 100% Irish.
Really?
So I'm half and half. My mom is Sicilian and my dad's Irish. So,
okay.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. So when you go through the Wu Tang studio, you said you were there for about 2 years?
Yeah.
And then what happened after Wu Tang?
I moved to Florida for a couple of years actually, because when I first started recording there, it was 2015 and my dad died 2016. So after my dad passed away, I kind of reshifted my whole life. I had to like regroup. My mom was living in Florida at the time. I went and moved in with her, but made some pretty good moves down there, like did shows, linked up with a lot of rappers. We had a studio in the back of a smoke shop that I was recording in every day. Like I was engineering there at the time. And the guy that owned the smoke shop, he was really cool. He was like, you could record here as much as you want, like as long as you engineer, you know, like you could record for free. So once I heard that, I was there every day.
So you had to engineer your own sessions, or he wanted you to engineer for other people?
For other people. He had like a little like record label going at the time. Like he had like 5 rappers that he was trying to push. Like,
oh, cool.
And this dude was from Memphis, I believe, originally, and he was tied in with like 3 6 Mafia and, you know, like a lot of rappers from Memphis.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
They're big Tennessee hip hop.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Nashville is like on the come up, but Memphis is really like where the hip hop is. You know, like that's always been a thing. I feel like.
Yeah, that's fair. Where in Florida were you?
At that time, I was in Vero Beach, Florida.
Where the hell's that?
Yeah, bro. I did not fucking like it there. No offense to anybody that lives there, but like a lot of people go there to retire. So it wasn't really in New York. I'm used to like fast pace, like, you know, but it was cool that I kind of found like the people that were doing rap shows out there, like the only people, you know, doing it. But, yeah.
When did you start utilizing social media?
I always used it. Like even when I was making music in high school, like probably to the point where it was annoying. But like I would spam post my shit on Facebook and Twitter, and you know, then when Instagram came around, it was like always uploading videos and things like that. You know,
is that kind of how you started growing the Instagram? Then is just consistency, and because a lot of independent artists, they get lazy and like, and especially Instagram was tough. Instagram was tough back before they moved towards Reels, because like it was, and they changed their algorithm because it was all like for your followers. So you'd be posting a bunch of videos and your followers are just getting hit and hit. Yeah. And then it's like, but I mean, you proved that you do that, you could still grow to people that weren't your followers too. So
right. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know, bro. I look back on like the beginning stages of Instagram, and I'm probably gonna sound old to like some people. I mean, we're getting up there, man. No, but
how old are you now?
About to be 29 in February.
Bro, I just turned 30. At least you still got the 2 in front.
Still got the 2, baby. We in it.
Got the 3.
Yeah. Nah, but we're just getting started, man. But no, I look back on it. I'm like, I wish like I would have kind of been on the forefront of like when people were blowing up on like TikTok, just like random, because I feel like that's dead now. And I feel like Yeah, I mean, it could still happen, but it was like way more likely to happen like when they first launched the app, I feel like.
Yeah. And during COVID and stuff.
Yeah. I look back like at the reels, like all these rappers are doing it with the lyrics that pop up on the screen. I'm like, if I was doing that in like 2013 or 14, like before anybody else was doing it, like I would have blew up then, you know what I mean? But it's like, but it's cool, bro. I try to just like post a couple of those a week and keep going. I mean, a lot of artists like hate doing that, you know?
Yeah.
And I kind of do too, but I just know it's necessary to, you know, stay in people's feeds and just remind people what I'm working on. You know?
Yeah, stay in everybody's business.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
We mentioned earlier, like when you started in hip hop, but you've written in all sorts of genres. What kind of inspired you to start mixing it up and branching out to other genres?
Well, I've always loved like all different types of music. I think rap was more just like the easier route at first because I can't sing. So like, and it just kind of worked like that. But, you know, I grew up on rock and my mom was a punk rock singer. She performed at CBGB, like opened up for Pearl Jam, like all, so.
That's sick.
Yeah, and my dad like showed me all different types of music. But the countryside definitely was when I moved to Nashville. Like it was just kind of like, it wasn't like a planned thing. I just started writing and that's what came out, you know?
That's cool.
Yeah.
Special thanks to our presenting sponsor, DistroKid. DistroKid is a service that more than 2 million artists use to put music into online streaming services such as Spotify, TikTok, Apple Music, Pandora, Amazon, Instagram, YouTube, and any others that you can think of. They don't even take a commission and offer unlimited uploads for a yearly subscription fee as low as $22.99. As many of you artists know, this is vastly different from the traditional model, which charges you up to $40 per release. And on top of that, they take up to 9% of your sales and streams. DistroKid also offers automatic payment splits, so you can easily pay your collaborators or be paid if you collaborate with someone or work on a track or album if you're a songwriter, producer, feature. And for all you cover artists, you can even upload your cover songs for $12 a year on DistroKid rather than paying a per release licensing fee. On top of all of that, they offer several free promo tools for DistroKid members and have several additional services like DistroVid for music video distribution and Mixia, their instant mastering service. If you're curious about artists who have used DistroKid and want to hear more about it from them, check out some of the testimonials at distrokid.com/love. DistroKid's goal is to reach more independent artists so that they can get their music out there. Use our promo code THE1SHEET for 30% off your first year when you sign up for a new DistroKid membership. Again, that's THE1SHEET for 30% off your first year when signing up for a new membership. If you could pick one artist from hip hop, country, R&B, and pop, only one from each of them to collaborate with, who would they be?
That's crazy. Hip hop, I'm gonna go with Lil Wayne because that's my GOAT in my opinion. Cool. So we'll go with that. And you said country?
Yeah.
Can they be dead? Is that?
No, you'd have to. They have to be allowed to collaborate with now.
Let's go with Jelly Roll, man.
Cool.
Love that guy.
Okay.
He's the man.
And then R&B and pop.
Damn, R&B.
Putting you on the spot.
Yeah. Rod Wave right now. I like Rod Wave.
Dope.
Yeah.
He's solid. Yeah. Everything he releases goes platinum.
That's what I'm saying. So it's an easy, it's a hit.
For sure.
Pop, Billie Eilish.
Really?
Sure, yeah.
Why Billie?
I just feel like she's super talented and it would be a hit instantly. So it's like,
fair,
you know, and I've been listening to her for like 5-6 years or something like that. It, like found out about her like early, like before she blew up and like.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Always just like respected her, thought she's just a dope artist. So
she like, one thing I respect about her too is she keeps herself no matter what.
Yeah.
Like she sticks to who she is and what she believes in. She's not someone that changed everything once she got the fame or to get the fame.
Yeah.
She's always been herself. And that's one thing that you don't see a lot in entertainment. People are always trying to change to get to the next step. They think that they need to.
Right.
But she's got her own style in music. She's got her own style in fashion.
Yeah.
She seems like a genuinely nice person and she works her ass off.
Yeah, she's not compromising the art either. Like that's, like you said, pop. And I was like, a lot of pop's like watered down or trying to be commercial, but she just makes music and it works, you know?
Yeah.
And I think her brother's a genius too. Like I would love to just work with that guy, you know?
Yeah, I've seen like production clips of how he's built some of their songs, and they're just random sounds that they put into some of her music, and it's like you couldn't tell until he breaks it down for you, and it's just like, I love that part about music.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
The production side.
Yeah.
Have you been getting much into the production side?
Yeah, I've always kind of liked that because, you know, when I first started making music, I was doing everything myself in GarageBand. So I would like craft a lot of weird shit together just to see if it works. Like I like putting like random movie clips in like songs and things like that, and kind of, so I've kind of been doing that lately, and I'm kind of planning on putting out an album completely recorded and produced by myself, but it's going to take some time. But that's something I started working on about a month ago.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have producers that you look up to that you kind of take bits and pieces from their style that you're using to teach yourself?
As far as like people that make beats and things like that.
Beats, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Dr. Dre, of
Dre's
course.
a big one.
Like I watch a lot of videos of how he works in the studio and things like that. And yeah, man.
What about like Scott Storch, Timbaland?
Oh hell yeah, yeah.
Do you have a top 3 producers that would be kind of your, especially in hip hop, that would be like your guys that you would think are the top 3 producers of all time?
All time, I would say
Dre, obviously.
Yeah, Dre's number 1 for sure. I think number 2, probably go with DJ Premier, honestly.
Okay.
That's tough, man. I mean, I like A-Rap music a lot. I feel like he doesn't get like enough credit, but like Timbaland is up there, and
Timbaland for sure.
Yeah, Just Blaze.
Scott Storch is, I mean, especially in his prime.
Yeah.
Man, that dude play the keys too.
Yeah, I don't think the Chronic 2001, like without him, it wouldn't be, you know?
No.
Yeah.
But another one that I always think of is Rick Rubin. Because he's not a beat maker, he's not a technical producer,
right.
But just to have him in the room with you while you're creating,
I
feel like it would be just magical.
Amazing. Yeah,
it's just his input, the way he feels things, and the way he sees music.
Yeah,
and it's just different.
I love how he's like, I have zero technical skills. Like he's just open about like I don't do anything. People respect my taste and my input, and that's what I'm like, that's fucking cool, man. And this guy's worked with Johnny Cash, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Eminem, Jay-Z. Like,
yeah. The wide array.
Yeah.
And that interview that you just mentioned, that is so funny when I forget who was interviewing him, but he's like, I don't have any technical skills. He's like, do you play any instruments? He's like, no, I have no technical skills whatsoever. Yeah. Can you use a soundboard? No. He's like, I know nothing about music.
Dude, I feel like he brings it like something out of you too, though. Like I've heard stories he makes artists meditate, like all these things, like, so that's cool, man. Like I would like that side. I feel like he would just open up like a different part of my mind and make me make a song that I never would have made before. You know?
I just started reading his book before I came here. I'm excited. I'm gonna have to read. It's been a month since I've been home now, but when I go back, I'm gonna have to restart it. But it's so far, man. Like you should pick it up if you haven't yet.
Actually, I did read like half of it. I didn't finish it, but I have like the audio book and it. Yeah.
Oh, sick! I didn't realize there was an audiobook for it.
Yeah,
you an audiobook person more so than a.
Only because I drive a lot. Like I do a lot of long like road trips, so it's just easy to throw one on and like, you know, kills a lot of time. Yeah,
I'm a big podcast audiobook type of person, so that I can put it on when I'm editing, like doing graphics or doing emails, stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
Top 5 dead or alive
rappers,
hip hop. Yeah,
shit.
Since we mentioned Rick Rubin and Jay-Z, all those guys.
Tupac, Lil Wayne, Kendrick Lamar, Eminem, Biggie. That was hard, but my top 3 never changes though. For the last like 3 years, like it's always been Tupac, Wayne, Kendrick. So
not M.
He's 4th for me.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I go kind of by. This is tough. I don't mean to like blank out on.
No, you're good.
Okay, so there's times I listen to Eminem where I'm like, he's the undisputed GOAT and nobody could tell me different.
Right.
But then I look at, let's say like Kendrick, and I think every album that he's put out, is a classic, and you like can't dispute that. I feel like Eminem has like a few misses throughout his career, and I'm not discrediting Eminem in any way, shape, or form. Like, he's the GOAT. I don't even want to say this on a podcast, but you're kind of making me, because you're saying, why? Listen, to me, he's the fourth. He's top 5 dead or alive. Like that. That's all, man.
Are you talking about Relapse?
No, I love Relapse.
Really?
To me, that's one of my favorite albums he's ever done.
What's his miss then?
Revival, Kamikaze. I like some songs on Kamikaze. But see, you're making me do this, man. I fucking love Eminem. like to me, the Marshall Mathers LP is like the greatest rap album of all time.
So good.
Like, it's a perfect classic front to back. Like, so's the Eminem Show. Like, so
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I like his newer shit too. I feel like I have to say this now because I'm not talking shit about Eminem.
No, you're good. No, I asked Relapse because I always see people, at least back in the day, like people would always trash it. And he even dissed it himself, but Relapse was the first Eminem album my mom ever let me buy.
Oh, God.
And up to that, I mean, it still might be like the worst in terms of the content, like the explicitness. Yeah. And I was like in grade 9.
Oh, God.
I'm like buying this album, like, this is sick. My mom's finally let me buy like hip hop that isn't, I don't have to order it, especially the clean version of it, because I had to order Akon's Convicted album. I had to order the censored version of it, especially from a CD store, then go and pick it up.
Oh my God, yeah. I used to have to do the same thing, man. Like, I had like Marshall Mathers LP was like the first CD I ever owned, but it was the clean version, so it's pretty much like a blank CD at that point. You know what I mean?
It's crazy how artists kind of went away from that now. I think there's a couple that will still release two versions, but you don't really see 2 versions of that anymore. It's so open, it's hard to.
Yeah, I feel like there's not a lot of artists that are as extreme as like Eminem was back then.
No, but even just like swearing in general, like,
yeah,
I mean, that Akon album was just swearing and like talking about drug dealing and shit. But
yeah, true. No, I do want to say too, at Relapse, like, I think it's Stay Wide Awake, same song and dance, like, nobody could do what he did on those 2 songs. Like, he's rapping in an accent to make different words rhyme with each other that aren't supposed to rhyme with each other. Like, that shit's insane. Like, I go back to that all the time.
Though, yeah, those 2 records are, I think, the same thing. Like, those, especially the music too. The music always gets me on it. The beat's hard.
Yeah.
And then exactly how you said, like, the way that he can build phrases and then bend the words to make them all match. Yeah. Like, I remember I forget what interview it was that he did, but he was rhyming orange. He goes he's like, people always
hinge, like,
he's like, people always say orange can't rhyme, doesn't rhyme with anything. Yeah. It's like, it's bullshit.
Right. Yeah.
It's like orange, porridge.
Yeah, he just went off
4 inch.
Yeah. That might make him the GOAT right there. Just
off the top like that. Yeah. For sure. Man, now you got me thinking about that Relapse album.
I don't know when you're going to put this out, but this seems like a good opportunity to announce this. I haven't even told anybody about this. I have a song with Eminem.
What?
Yeah. So I work with a producer. His name's the Grim Reefer.
Okay.
And he's from Jersey. He got an Eminem verse from 1998, and we were able to get it cleared. And we're dropping it. I'm not sure when yet, but I just wanted to announce that. And it's fucking insane. I spit the hardest verse I've ever spit in my life on it because I had to.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You've collaborated with Bizarre before, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Damn. Yeah. You're like the 13th member of D12.
Let's fucking go, man. Let's go.
So did M have to clear it, or how did that clearing process go?
No, I guess it was just his record label would have to clear it. Like, it's like through Interscope, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not really sure, but that's, yeah. So it's going to be on streaming platforms and all that. But
do you get a primary off it?
No, I don't think so.
That'd be wicked.
That'd be fucking insane. But
be career changing.
Yeah, like, I don't think that's going to be the case. But
still,
this verse is fucking crazy though.
His verse or yours?
Both, but I was saying his because.
That's crazy.
It's like, I don't know the exact, like, it says 1998, so I guess that was like Slim Shady like era. It's definitely like a Slim Shady verse, but yeah,
that might be like, when did Infinite come out? That might be like right after Infinite, maybe.
Yeah, it could be.
When did Infinite come
I
out?
feel like that was like 96 or something.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if he was signed to Dre at this time. All like stands out there are probably gonna shit on this because they're gonna know exactly 1998 where he was and what he was doing. But yeah,
man, so are you the only one that gets to use this verse?
no, I think other people can. Like I think it could be, but we have it on an original beat. We have an additional feature on it. Like it's a 101 song. You know,
that's sweet.
Yeah, hell yeah,
man. That's crazy.
Right? I got to show it to you off air.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we won't leak it.
No.
We're going to start dropping them in January.
Cool.
And then until April. So there's going to be 12 episodes.
Gotcha.
So it'll be weekly until April.
Yeah, it might be out by then. I don't know. But I think we were looking at like January, February.
How'd you get hooked up with the producer?
We've been working together for a couple of years. It's weird. He went to high school like 10 minutes from where I grew up. We never met until we were like in our 20s, and he was living in Denver and I was living in Nashville, and I like flew out there and did a show with him, like, and it was just, we just so happened to grow up like next to each other but never knew it. Like, but he's been killing it, man. He's a pretty dope producer.
That's dope, man.
Yeah,
man, congrats. That's sick.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
fuck. Eminem,
crazy.
What's the hook like? Is it sung? Is it rapped?
So I do the hook on it, and it's like more melodic, like singing. Cool. Yeah.
Is it more of a darker song then?
It is. Yeah. It's called "Watch the World Burn." That's what it is.
Oh, shit.
his verse was dark as fuck, so I had to kind of
from '98. Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
Is it in that like Slim Shady '98 accent too?
Yeah, like
the high pitch.
It's real like Slim. He actually says Slim Shady before he starts rapping, and then like
that's sick.
And I kind of like, this is the most fucked up verse I ever spit. Like I channeled like him, like really.
Yeah.
Like I rap about like Columbine and Marilyn Manson and all this shit. Dude. So
that's crazy.
Yeah, because that's what he was doing at the time. You know.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Couple last things for you. You've performed a lot.
Yeah.
What are your craziest show stories or tour stories from, whether it's fans or whether it's other artists that you've had experiences with? You don't have to say names.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Right.
But some of your craziest experiences either on tour or on the stage.
Yeah, I think AB Fest was pretty crazy. That was wild. A little like earlier on, like 2017, I got to open up for Mobb Deep, and it was literally like weeks before Prodigy died. So that was like a crazy opportunity to like actually perform on the same stage as them, and that's somebody that I grew up listening to as well. So also got to open up for KRS-One, which is really cool, and like actually meet him and talk to him. He was really cool. Yeah, man, I don't know any like crazy shit that happened, but just like getting to meet legends, you know, it's like crazy. Yeah.
Getting to meet the guys that you looked up to.
Right, yeah. Even Joe Budden, like the year before he like retired from rap, it was like his last tour that he was on. I got to open up for him too.
Oh,
that
for
was
real?
Really cool, yeah.
The entire tour, or did you just do a couple shows? Or?
No, just one show.
Cool.
But he's actually, and this will probably get some hate, but he's my favorite rapper of all time.
What?
He's from Jersey, and people don't know how nice he is, bro. Like if you go back in his discography, he's got these albums called Mood Music, and to me, like he's just my personal favorite rapper. Yeah.
The only song that ever sticks in my head from him is from Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, Pump It Up.
Like,
that's what everybody said, bro.
Pump it up.
Just look up Joe Budden freestyles, bro. I'm telling, like, people don't know how nice he was, bro. Like,
he always says wild shit. He's always going after somebody.
Yeah, facts.
That's why I feel like I'm just like, I don't even want to listen to Joe Budden anymore.
See, that's what everybody thinks, man. I'm telling you. He was in Slaughterhouse. You never listen to Slaughterhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so. I guess I would have heard him with them, but
Yeah.
in terms of his solo stuff,
Yeah. He's got some fire shit. Look at it. Everybody hates on it just because they don't know, man. They don't know.
that's fair.
Yeah.
What year did he retire?
2016, I think. That was like his last album he put out, yeah.
And then he just toured, and then he's like podcasting now.
The podcast blew up. He said he didn't make $1 million in the music industry until he made the podcast.
Really?
Yeah, so he was like, why the fuck am I going to keep rapping? Which I completely understand.
That's fair. Dude,
Plus
so many people are saying that now.
Yeah.
Like a lot of these big artists that are going independent, they're like, I'm making more. I mean, T-Pain, I've talked about it on the show before, but T-Pain's like,
yeah.
I'm making more streaming video games than I ever did making music.
So many people. T Grizzly too, like he's got like a deal with Twitch, I think, right?
Yeah, he has his own GTA
like
server,
World, right?
Like,
yeah,
which is crazy. He's making millions on there.
Yeah, it's smart, bro. I don't think like I could ever stop rapping though. Like even if I blew up on like a podcast or something like that, like. But I don't know. I get like Joe Budden. He put out like 15 albums, you know. So it was like,
yeah, I mean, he was doing it.
He got his shit off, you know.
For
like,
sure.
Yeah.
Like I want to tie everything together. That's part of the reason I do the podcast. I mean, that's one of the reasons I launched this show. It's like a music and entertainment show, kind of separate from like my sports podcast.
Yeah.
So I can tie in the music a little bit more and collaborate with people, you know, whether it's, you know, if it's not in the studio on like this, like we're sitting here just chatting, shooting the shit with people. Like, I mean, who would have ever thought? I mean, I got that song with Afroman that I showed you before, which was like, I always look back. I remember in grade 3, and I'm like, everyone goes through the Afroman because I got high era, crazy rap era. Like
he's a legend,
everybody,
bro.
no matter how old you are, what generation you're in, everyone goes through that.
Hell yeah.
That, especially at a young age. It's weird because it's always at a young age too.
You're right.
But I'm in like grade 3, we're singing like, because I got high, because I got high.
He's a legend, bro.
And
Cold
like,
45.
Yeah. I never would have thought however many years later, 15, 20 years later, I'd have a record with them. But then it's also like, how often you're never going to think that you just have an opportunity to sit down with artists that you fuck with and just have a conversation, or other people, producers, songwriters in the industry.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, man.
It's crazy. Yeah. I think about that all the time. Even like when I got the feature from The Game, like that was somebody I like loved and still do. But like the Red album, like, in high school, that was something that really inspired me to keep rapping. And like just looking at all, and the Eminem shit's crazy. It's like never would have thought that, you know.
I remember Game tried to charge me $20K to do a feature. Pissed me right off. I got him down to like $8K. Yeah, I think the next time, and then I didn't end up getting the investment funds, or something happened with it. And then I think I tried him again, and he wanted like 7 or 8. I'm like, okay, that's still better than 20, but
it's a big difference, man. He went down quick.
Yeah, he went down quick. No, man, some of these features are crazy though, especially for artists that like aren't in the mainstream anymore. But I mean, you look at artists that are in the mainstream. I was just watching a Wiz Khalifa interview. I was on Shay Shay, and he's like, yeah, 250.
Yeah, I saw that. I watched that. Yo, I think like Wiz Khalifa like has to be top 10 at this point, which is like, I know a lot of people wouldn't agree with that, but the guy fucking has been killing it for what, 10 plus years now. Like he has timeless hits. Like I feel like he'll forever be a legend. Like he's up there, man. Yeah, you could debate that. You know, it's like
he's dope. He's smart as shit too.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I feel like I feel like I'm saying the same shit over and over again on the pod, especially through these episodes. But in hip hop artists, man, they're really smart business wise. Like you look at most of them. Like you look at in terms of artists in the music industry that have other shit going for them besides music. Yeah, it's like
Snoop Dogg,
Snoop, Wiz, 50, Dre.
Yeah.
I mean, Jimmy Iovine helped Dre launch Beats. Like all these hip hop guys. I mean, there's more.
Yeah, they're like not just hip hop artists. They're like business geniuses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, you don't see that a lot in pop or country.
No, that's true.
But that's always just some of my respect out of it.
Yeah.
But last thing I'm going to get you to do, man, when we cut cameras here, I'm going to give you one of these cards. I just want you to write down a thought or a piece of advice, or if you have like a mantra or something that you've lived by. Think about it as someone that's watching this that wants to do what you do as an artist, and that can take to heart and kind of use that to apply to their career.
Cool. Yeah,
cool, man.
Sounds good, man.
All right, man. I appreciate you being here.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. Good seeing you again.
Yes,
Welcome back to Nashville.
Yep.
And that Eminem record. Don't have a release date yet, but promote it one more time. Tell people where to find you.
Yeah, man. I'm Willie Boy. Instagram's Willie Boy 3G. Willie's with an IE, by the way. A lot of people fuck that up. But yeah, Willie Boy 3G. Check me out on Spotify, Willie Boy. And yeah, man, Eminem record coming early 2025.
Oh, man. I had a parrot named Willie once.
Really?
Yeah. Just to throw that out there.
With a Y or IE?
I don't know.
See?
I think I spelled it with an IE. I'm not sure. Maybe it was a Y. I don't know. My mom named him.
Either way, shout out to the parrot. Yeah.
The bird was dope.
Hell yeah. Thank you, bro.
Thank you, man.
All right, man.